All right, if we take a look at the gizmo and you are doing the gizmo warm-up, it asks you to start and check that Burj Khalifa question is on here, which is this tallest building in the world, Burj Khalifa. And then it says drag the 3 tiles shown to determine the tower's height. So the first one was 1001. Put that one there, and then the meters to millimeters, and then finally micrometers to millimeters. And this gives us our answer. And it asks, how would this be written in scientific notation, which is here. Now, if we go on to activity A, okay, first we have to get the gizmo ready. We want metric units only. And that we have distance. We need to take show results off. And we are going to take these ones off. So we're starting over. It says, how can you convert numbers? Now you're going to go ahead and hit next until we reach the question about Proxima Centauri. So then you're looking right in here for the one about Proxima Centauri, which is this one. Now, you're going to be looking. Some of the problems have very small or very large numbers. And what you are going to do is we are going to try and solve this problem. Now I'm going to suggest that you go ahead and pause the video until you get to the point of looking at number 3 on activity A. And as you go through, it then asks you to bring the tile down into the problem, which were kilometers per light year. And then it is having us continuing to convert. And you have a couple of pieces to convert as far as a couple of other problems. So you may want to pause again until you get through those problems. Now, when we're down at number 5, it says practice. So let's go to our next. So we're going to take this tile away. And we are looking for the one about helium atoms. Okay, so it's right here. And as you go through, you then want to figure out what the diameter is of the helium atom. And you can use these tiles here as far as a method. These are our conversion factors. And one of the things that you want to do is we want to get from meters for this problem down to nanometers. And so as we go through here, we're at micrometers, and then if we have this tile here, we are going to go from micrometers to nanometers. That's the end of activity A. So now when we go to activity B, okay, we are going to take these tiles away. We want to go to the Burj Khalifa problem. We have distance, metric, and as we go through this, we have several pieces of information as we go through the question here, and it gives you some rules, and it asks you to actually take a look at how we are going to do this. So you want to have the significant figures is what you're going to try and go through. And when we did the Burj Khalifa, we had the number of meters in a kilometer and the millimeters in a meter and micrometers in a, that's not it, it was meters kilometer, meter, micrometers in a millimeter. Yep. And we can hit show results here. But even if we don't, we can then go through and actually see the number of significant figures. Now you want to go through the rest of number 2, looking for your significant figures. And as you do that, you can then take a look and decide which rules you're actually using here to figure this out. Same thing on number 3 for practice. All right, on to activity number C, or letter C. Now we are looking at speed instead of distance. And metric units. It says turn off to show results. And we want to find the one about, oh, I went past it. The one about Marcia here. And it asks you to try and figure out, so we had 350 meters per second. How fast was she running in kilometers? So we have meters per second, and we're trying to find out kilometers per hour. So if we take a look, we want to go from meters to kilometer, and we were in a second, and so we want to go from seconds to hours. And that's what's going to go, and then you show the results, and it tells us our answer. All right, as we continue for activity C, turning off our results again. Then it has us click next and go through each of these speed problems. So I'm going to set them up for you here. We have a tuna, kilometers per hour. We're trying to find meters per second. So again, we need seconds in the hour, and we need kilometers and meters. And we end up having our result in meters per second per hour. All right, now that we've gone through the different gizmos, the next thing is going to be, you have a couple of quiz questions that you're going to want to write down. So our first one here, as we go through, we have 5 of them, and you can pause the video here, but here's questions 1 and 2, and then pause the video. Restart the video and do questions 3. Question 3 and question 4 here. Pause the video. And now you can see question number 5. This would be all of the information you should need in order to complete the Unit Conversions 2 Gizmo Student Exploration Sheet.